can feel it down in my plums. When I hear a sound, a rap at the door, my young son Gabriel walks in.
Well, welcome back to Let the Boys Watch, an entertainment podcast brought to you by Going Gray Productions. Hi, one of your hosts. My name is Robbie, and today we're finally back to watching movies. Thank God, no more House of the Dragon. See you later. See you in 2 years. On this week's episode, though, it's the Cuz's birthday, and whatever the Cuz wants, the Cuz gets. So this week, Benny picked the 2008 comedy Step Brothers, directed by Adam McKay, written by Adam McKay, Will Ferrell, and John C. Reilly. Step Brothers stars Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, Richard Jenkins, Mary Steenburgen, Adam Scott, Kathryn Hahn, Andrea Savage, and Rob Riggle. Alongside me is the birthday boy himself, Cousin Benny. How we feeling?
I'm feeling good, but I just want to let it be known off the top of the podcast, I am strictly doing 80s Joel.
Well, I got a question for you, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
All right, well, so, let me ask you something. Suppose Nancy sees me coming out of the shower and she decides to come on to me. I'm looking good. I got luscious V of hair going through my chest pubes down to my ball fro. She takes one look at me and goes, "Oh my God, I've had the old bull. Now I want the young
Would
cat."
you shut the fuck up?
I didn't get to say she grabs my wiener. Anyway. And alongside the Cuz and myself, a good friend and co-host Ryan. Ryan, why are you so sweaty?
I was watching Cops.
I
know Cops doesn't come on till 4. Yeah. Oh man, it feels good. Feels good to be back. So yeah, like Robbie said, this is Let the Boys Watch. We typically watch movies that one or all of us haven't seen. We'll put it up for a vote on Instagram. So we'll come up with a couple of movies that we haven't, one of us hasn't seen and put it up to a vote. But this week, like Robbie said, it's the birthday boys pick. So we did Step Brothers, fantastic comedy. But if you have, I don't know, anything to contribute about Step Brothers, or want to make a suggestion for a movie, or want to complain about House of the Dragon, because we just completed those, check those videos out. The Boys, The Bear, any of that stuff. But get involved. Email ltbw at ltbwpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram. Get involved in the votes. Follow us on your favorite podcast provider. And Benny, tell them where else they can get involved.
If you're watching us on YouTube, welcome. Please follow us on YouTube. Now is the perfect time to get involved. We're getting back into movies. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. We'll be having the return of polls this week. So give us a follow on YouTube. We'd love to see you there. Leave us some comments. Tell us what you like. Tell us that we curse too much. Tell us whatever crosses your mind. We'd love to have you.
Yeah. So seeing as how all of us have seen Step Brothers before, let's just get into overall impressions and scores. Birthday boy, you should go first because this was your choice. So what do you think of Step Brothers?
Sure. So this is one of those movies that the first time I watched it, I was like, well, okay, I didn't get it for some reason. And then like the second time I watched it, I was like, this is the greatest movie that's ever existed in the world. And it's just, I don't know, there's so much nostalgia from those early comedies from the 90s and stuff that it was just like laugh, 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 like not too many dull moments, but even the dull moments were funny. And it was just, I feel like maybe I'm being hyperbolic, but this is like the last great comedy movie, like just front to back. Like we don't get these movies anymore. And there was maybe a little bit of a lull between like Anchorman and this movie. So it was kind of like, for me, the last gasp of like those true comedy movies. Held up. I think that there's even little things now watching it. I probably haven't watched it in a few years, beginning to end, but still picking up little things here and there. And felt like it was a good movie to pick. I was throwing a few around in my head. They were all kind of dramatic or heavy or long movies. And I just kind of felt like after House of the Dragon and The Bear and The Boys, we went so heavy for the last 8 weeks, like just like a nice comedy to kick us back off into the movie scene. So was happy to watch this again, and it held up.
Robbie, what about you?
Yeah, sure. I do agree with Benny as well. I was thinking the same thing. Like this is probably the last great comedy that's come out. I mean, I don't like, but Superbad, I'm sure it was before that, right? I think
It was.
2006, something like that, earlier than that. But I feel like nothing really has come out since then that's really like tickled the old fancy and made me really laugh and made me sit down. I mean, yeah, there's some movies that are funny and things like that, but nothing like this, and nothing that has like an amazing lead like Will Ferrell who can just carry a comedic movie. Uh, yeah, I mean, I love this movie. It was first introduced me to Adam Scott. I had no idea who he was. Uh, First introduced me to Vampire Weekend with the opening credits. I had no idea who they were. So thank you for that. Um, I don't know. This is just a fantastic movie. Just the improvisation of everything. I mean, Will Ferrell at its absolute apex. Some great bit characters in this movie. Quick, pacing was great. Hour 35. I mean, say less, get me in, get me out, and it's just constant laughs. It's just stupid, stupid things. I mean, who would have thought in 2008 I could relate to a couple of 40-year-old men living at home, but here I am. So I mean, I don't know. It's just a great movie. I mean, it's just uh I feel like there's a lot of I don't want to say serious actors in this movie, but like Richard Jenkins and I feel like Mary Steenburgen, like those are like serious actors, and they really just like had some fantastic comedic time and it really played well off of Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. So yeah, it's a great movie. Again, there's some scenes here, man, that just got me going. I was just LOL. Like it's been a bit since I watched this movie from start to finish. So, but I'm glad I did. It was so fucking hilarious that I don't know. It's one of the best. It's an all-time classic for me. It's definitely in my top five.
I feel like too, it was like meant to be. Like I guess a couple people from Step Brothers have been making the rounds recently for other stuff. And I saw a clip of Adam Scott on Rich Eisen the other day on like TikTok or something, talking about how this was like his first comedic role. Like he never did comedy or anything like that, and he never improvised before. And honestly, I never would have known that if I hadn't seen that clip, because he kind of just fit right in with everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true. Like, yeah, you would have thought like he's been doing this for his entire year, like he was his entire life, like he's just like, Second City type stuff like that, and just improving and all those things like that. But he was great, and he still is.
Yeah. No, I mean, agree with both of you guys. I was thinking that myself. Like, was this the last like really good comedy? And there's been like you said, Robbie, there's been a couple movies after. It's not like the last comedy ever produced. I think the only one that you could maybe make an argument for is The Hangover, which came out, I think, just the
Good
following
point.
year. But I like this better than The Hangover. The Hangover is funny, but this is so funny, this movie. And it gets funnier every watch. Like you were saying, Benny, the first time you watched it. I liked it the first time I watched it, but it does get funnier each time. And even the, I guess, boring parts, for lack of a better word, are still like I was watching it when we watched it this week. Some of the stuff that like Mary Steenburgen and Richard Jenkins, when they're just like being normal, cracked me up so much because they were like either really over the top or like really corny, and obviously probably on purpose. I was just like giggling to myself about just like the stupid like non-comedic parts, but they were still funny. Um, but yeah, no, fantastic film. Great acting in this. The music is fantastic. John Bryan did it, who I love. So yeah, one of my favorite comedies for sure.
Yeah, same. There's so many like there's so many over the top quotable lines where like if you say it, people know what it's from. But
Yeah.
then there's also so many quotable lines, like little ones. Like I can't remember how many times I've done the guilty as charged with the stories.
Stories.
Like just those little ones. And obviously the I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck. Like I say that so many times. I don't know if like people get what I'm saying it from or just think I'm a huge asshole and I don't give a fuck, but I love pulling that one out.
Yeah. No, it's a very quotable movie.
Yeah.
And I love that. But yeah, no, fantastic pick, Benny. Thank you. I think like you're right. We needed a little bit of a cleanse after, House of Dragon, Boys, Bear, like, those things were enjoyable to watch, but a nice 90-minute comedy was a fantastic, change of pace. So
Love it.
should we do some plum scores?
Let's plumb it up.
All right, plum boy, you could start.
All right. So let's file this one under a score that you give because of the genre and not necessarily, I'm not putting this up there in the pantheon of all great movies of all time. I'm going to go 9.5. A couple people that annoy me in the movie. And weird in a couple spots, but front to back, I'm all in on this movie every time I watch it. If it's on, I'm at least in for a couple minutes, or if it's on like TikTok or Instagram and it's a clip of it, I'm watching it. So it holds up there for me. So I'm going 9.5 as far as it being one of my favorite comedies of all time.
Can you say right now that it is your favorite comedy of all time? Is there any above it?
I don't know. I mean, Dumb and Dumber's up there. I think Ace Ventura, but this is probably, honestly, I might go something like Austin Powers. That for me, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe would have been a good pick, but because it's been so long since I actually sat down and watched Austin Powers from front to back. But I feel like that might not hold up as well as Step Brothers does, and I almost kind of want to preserve Austin Powers in that bubble of like early 2000s of just watching it a million times and it hitting all the time. But it's definitely in my top three, I gotta say, and I don't think it's number three. So it's there. I would have to sit and think about it, but it's very close.
That's up there. Okay, fair. Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you're saying with, comedy, and we've had this discussion a million times. Like, is this better than um Pulp Fiction or, Jaws or like something like that, or, some movie that is a classic drama or classic action movie or whatever. No, it's not a better film, but is it as enjoyable? Maybe in some cases more enjoyable. Yeah, probably. Um, so I'm kind of rating it similar to you, where it's way up there, but it's kind of on its own scale to a certain extent. So I'm gonna go 8.6 for Step Brothers.
I think too, like one of the things that's telling about this movie for me is anytime I watch a super serious movie or just a movie that's not a comedy in general, like I need to be locked in. I don't want to miss a single line. I don't want to potentially miss something that could, be important later on. And a comedy, I can kind of dip in and out of look at my phone a little bit, but this movie, even when like I was making a smoothie during the beginning of it, I was like, no, I'm pausing it. Like, I don't want to miss a single line of this movie because they were talking about what he's like, oh, I used to smoke weed with Johnny Hopkins and Sloan Kettering, and they were blazing that shit up. I was like, I can't miss anything else. So I paused it and came back to it. And I was like, I'm locked in for the rest of this movie.
So good. Robbie?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 9.5. This is a really funny movie and entertaining movie. Um, I like my comedies. They don't really just short and sweet. Hour 40 doesn't need to be any more than that, and just keep me entertained the entire time. And this movie does it all. You got great performances, and I don't know. I just love this movie. It really hits all the marks for me. Like I said, the pacing. Adam McKay, I love Adam McKay, the director. I know Benny's a big Adam McKay hater, but I mean, what can you do? But it's a great movie, and I love it. So 9.5 for me.
Just so I'm on the record, I'm a serious Adam McKay hater. I like comedy Adam McKay, but serious Adam McKay, like the direction style. When I notice you too much as the director, then I don't like you. Like I like you in the background making choices that I subtly like and not like you're not in my face with it.
Yeah, no, he's not all in the videos, things like that.
Yeah.
No, he can get like that, especially more serious stuff like Succession and things like that. Yeah, shame. It's a shame. Shame that they're no longer friends. So
Yeah.
it's tough.
Yeah, didn't they had like a production company or something together, right? And then something happened and they're not pals anymore.
They had
Yeah,
a
he wanted
blowout over.
Yeah, he wanted to play Dr. Jerry Buss, and Adam McKay wanted John C. Reilly to play Dr. Jerry Buss, and that kind of ended their relationship.
Shame, it was such a good show too.
Fuck that show. That show stunk. I hated that show.
Yeah. At first, we were so hype on it, like the first couple episodes, and then we were just like both, fuck this.
Yeah, it had potential, it really did, but then like I don't know. I don't know. It would stunk. That's all.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Um, so should we do favorite or least favorite characters or favorite or least favorite scenes first? Birthday boy, it's your pick.
Let's go least favorite characters. And I'm going to start it off with maybe a controversial pick here, but Rob Riggle. Just something about him that
Ow,
he annoys me. I don't know
ow.
what
Yeah.
like in a vacuum, like kind of funny, but I don't know. It was just he's just so he's a fart sniffer. He sniffs his own farts, I kind of feel like, where he's just so into like his style. I don't know. I'm just being nitpicky, I guess, here. But there's something about Rob Riggle that I just don't like.
I mean, hey, it's your choice, your opinion. I disagree. I love Rob Riggle, but that's fine.
You don't like people eating dicks like Kobayashi?
I seen him. It was in international waters. Couldn't prosecute.
Uh,
Robbie, would you like to go next?
I had a controversial pick, but I won't say it. Maybe at the end for an honey mensch, but um I didn't really hate anybody, so I'll go with Brett Michaels as my least favorite actor on the screen, on the TV screen. I hate that guy. That guy stinks. I've always felt like he had like fake hair on that bandana when he wrapped that around his head. I felt like he was just like a bald guy underneath it. What was the name of that show? That
Shot of
dating show?
love. Shot of
Shot of
love.
Love. No, was it?
Single shot of love or something.
I don't
I
think
thought Double
so.
Wait.
Rock
A
of
Double
Love?
Shot was with.
Hold on, let me look at Brett Michaels reality show. Rock of Love. Was it?
The
Told
best.
you.
What he was just saying. I forgot what he was saying in the background. You could hear him though. But man, I hate that guy so much. He stinks. I wonder what he's doing right now. So who knows? Shout out to him.
Yeah, I don't. This is a tough movie to pick a least favorite. I guess I will pick, even though I like her, but she's my least favorite. I'm gonna pick the doctor, the therapist. What's her name? Denise, I think.
Yeah, Andrea
Yeah.
Savage.
Yeah. I like her in this. I think she's funny, but she's my least favorite.
Legit pick.
Yeah. I mean, she clearly wanted to bang Will Ferrell based on that dream when he was a lumberjack. And then she
Yeah.
was the one denying her own feelings, and she's the therapist.
Traveled 500 miles to give you my
Even my
seed.
It's so funny because when he busted, she just screams, lumberjack.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Any mentions, Robbie? Do you want to share or?
I was gonna go with John C. Reilly. I was good. He wasn't even my pick. He was some parts in this movie where he kind of annoyed me. I don't know. I'm trying to remember some scenes, but yeah, there was definitely some parts where I was like, I could do it somebody else in this role. I don't know. he was always there for like in other roles as well, like Talladega Nights as well, where he just kind of annoyed me. I don't know if it's just him as his acting style as a person, but definitely I wish I wrote down like the scenes where I didn't like it, but yeah, even like I don't know, I hated when there was a serious Cali and a wine mixer song going on and he's fucking screaming boats and hoses into the microphone. I hated that then. I hated that now. I don't know. There's just some parts where he irked me a little bit. Him and Tommy. Tommy's fucking singing in the car. I wanted Tommy to fuck the car to flip over.
I feel like he is always trying to like go over the top of Will Ferrell a little bit instead of just like doing his part and letting it just be funny on its own merit. Because there's a ton of times where he has hilarious lines, but there are moments where it feels like he's trying to like be a little too much. I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's what like you said, like you're not gonna compete with Will Ferrell on a scale like that. Just play off of him. And I felt like there was a lot of try hardness in a couple of scenes where I kind of felt that, and I was like, this kind of not didn't take me out, but I love this movie, but it's just like, PYP, play your part.
He's almost better in the scenes that are he's in it and Will Ferrell's not in them than he is in the scenes where they're both together.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of it like that, but he was still good. But if I got a nitpick and going with not a lot of bad actors in this movie, he definitely kind of irked me a little bit.
I was thinking before this started, and I obviously didn't say it, but we should have learned Sweet Child of Mine and sang it a cappella.
Oh my God, the timing would have been horrendous over Zoom.
Oh, yeah. And Adam Scott yelling at the kid when he's singing, "You're the oldest. I need you to do this."
All right, I'm gonna take it home.
That was flat, so flat. $5,000 a week for this. Oh my God. All right, favorite characters. Robbie, you're first because you went last.
Oh, please forget about it. Derek, Adam Scott, fucking say less with that character. My favorite character in the entire movie. I just love douchebags, and he plays it to an absolute T. There's so many parts in this movie where you just want to knock his face completely, through his nose bone, and that's in the car with the with the acapella version. It's him in the treehouse with the fucking with the abs, and I haven't had a carb in fucking I don't know how many years. It's just fantastic. He's so good in this movie, and like I could hardly believe that this is his first comedic role because he just plays a douchebag so well, and he's so great in this movie. I mean, please, just when he's even trying to sell a house, I forgot what he says about, he gets rock hard when he tries to help out his friends or something like that.
You know what really gets my dick hard? Helping out my friends.
He's just so good in this movie. I can't say anything. Like, I keep on saying this, but he is. He's the best. I'm trying to find a quote that when he's up in the treehouse.
Look at you.
I forgot it.
You want to punch me in the face.
Punch
It's
me
just-
Go
in
ahead.
the fucking face.
I'm trying to. Oh man, he's just good. Even when they try to do the hug at the end, it's and they can't do it. I mean, it's great. He's so good in this movie, and yeah, I love Adam Scott. He's just great in everything he does. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. He said when Dale goes, "What's your problem, man?" He's like, "My problem? I don't know. I don't have a problem, Dale. Actually, I have the opposite of a problem. I made over 550K last year."
It's not all about money, Rob. To me, it's a little bit about money.
Oh, it's
Alice,
so
Dane Cook, pay-per-view, 20
20
minutes.
good. He just great. Even like the list of people he hangs out with are douchebags too. The Cubes,
Cubes.
Mark Cuban, Seal,
Super Chef Bobby Flay.
The best.
I love that
Absolute
they
best.
multiple times they make reference that he couldn't come to the wedding because he had an important fishing trip.
Yeah, fish with the cubes.
The Benoni fish is a trophy fish, so yeah, it's pretty big.
Oh, I was asking about the story. Oh my God. Well, you stole my pick, Robbie. I was gonna
Thank
pick
God.
him.
I knew you were gonna take him, so thank God I went last.
I'm glad you went first. Listen, I'm glad you got your pick. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave the top two maybe for Benny, but maybe not. And I'm gonna go with Dr. Doback because he's just he's so funny as like the straight man in so many scenes. And like we said, he's got so many funny lines. I don't give a fuck. And even like his like kind of serious lines when he's like, I'm gonna go to the Cheesecake Factory, have a drink.
It's
Yeah, he's
Christmas
like, oh, it's
Eve.
Christmas. Yeah, he's like, oh, Merry Christmas.
Oh, oh, Merry Christmas.
You know what I got for Christmas? A crushed soul.
Yeah. You wrecked my boat, you jackaloons.
Uh,
Oh my God. But yeah, and just him interacting with um John T. Reilly and Will Ferrell so funny. Will Ferrell calling him Doback and like just all the stuff that he does is so funny in that. So I'm going Dr. Doback.
Fantastic pick. That was my backup pick. So you left it on the table for me. I'm going to take it. It's Will Ferrell in this movie. This, honestly, like it's either this or Ron Burgundy as his number one role. And not speaking as which movie is better. I'm just saying the role as itself. He's amazing as Ron Burgundy, like almost perfect. But the mannerisms in this movie of like him being a man child are is just so perfect. There's so many things he does that a little child would do that just make me laugh every single time when they're having the dinner with the chicken nuggets and I forget what Dale says to him, but he starts crying and he's he's like, he said mean things, but just the way he's holding back the tears is just perfect. The way he interacts with his mother, just perfect. From top to bottom, beginning to end, it's just a perfect performance as this character from Will Ferrell. So easily the number one pick for me in this spot.
So true. There's so many, like even so many stupid lines that made me laugh. I even like the when they did the we're looking at the house and he's dressed up as a Nazi guy and he goes, hey, he's like, hey, Derek, sharpens the dick. And I forgot about that. It makes me laugh. Like the stupidest, those little things. Like he's just so good at just, I don't know, man. He's great.
I got a belly full of white dog poop and you putting this shit on me.
Yeah. This house is a fucking prison. Oh, so good. Ani Menches.
I'll
I'm
go.
gonna yeah, I'm gonna go with Mary Steenburgen. I mean, obviously, like just
So
again
good.
another straight character in this, but her and Will Ferrell just have it's just such a believable relationship between the two of them, and like that mother that understands how shitty of a situation this is, but she loves her child so much, and she even sees it in Dale, like the same thing where she wants to be there for the both of them. Um, she's just great in this movie.
Yeah.
She made me laugh out loud when they're fighting in on the lawn, and I forgot what she says. When she
What
curses,
fucking fuck?
she's just holding the fucking hose the entire time.
I saw my son use a bike as a weapon.
Uh, I guess I'll go with what's her name? Is it Alice? Kathryn Hahn?
Ah, the
Yeah.
I
best. Yeah.
love Kathryn Hahn. She's the best. She was gonna be my little sleeper pick for my character actress in our draft. I love it. She's great in this movie. Absolutely great. She's fucking hilarious. I mean, rolling up her, rolling up Dale into a little ball and putting it up her vagina. I mean, come on. This is some of the stupidest things she said, but she was great in this movie with, playing that, unhappy wife and then finally, just being so happy and excited that she finally was able to just smash and dash Dale and find that relationship. And then, when they break up, she loses it as well.
Oh, look, a whale. And he just runs away.
No, she's great. She's a fantastic actress, and I think she was amazing in this part.
I love when he breaks up with her too, and she's like, "Oh, what am I doing? I can't be fucking around," and then just completely snaps.
And then when she sneaks out of the stall and they have sex in the bathroom, then she goes to pee at the urinal. I mean, even dumb stuff like that.
Say golden pony boy. Well, I mean, I know it was one of Robbie's Ani Menches for least favorite, but I'll say Ani Mensch for favorite is John C. Reilly as Dale. I get what you're saying, but I also loved him in this film, so I can't not give him his flowers in this. He was very good, but yeah, he's probably trying to outact Will Ferrell, which is a tough job to do.
Yeah, no, I don't in any way want to denigrate him because he plays his part very well in this movie. But when you're up against like 5 or 6 people just completely knocking it out of the park, if there's any weakness in your game, it's easy to
Everyone.
pick out.
Did this movie come off because everyone is so good in this? Did it come off as and I don't know, is it a lot of it improv, or was this like as written? That I don't know because
I think
it's so good.
Adam Scott said they would do a take from the page, and then they would just they would do more and more takes
Just
where they were just
keep
improvising.
riffing, keep going.
Yeah.
Because this movie definitely seems like that, like so many different takes, and they just pick, like I'd love to see, I don't know, everything on the cutting room floor, like how many different things they said about, whatever. Why he's so
Yeah.
sweaty, cops, and it was probably like 8 different things that they
Yeah.
went through about like why he's so sweaty. Baywatch was on something, I don't know.
Judge Judy.
Judge Judy.
I think they had like a scene when they went to SeaWorld, all of them, but they had to cut it out. So that would have been nice if we could see maybe some deleted scenes. But yeah, I think a lot of it was improvised. They had like a couple of scenes that they wanted to do, and then they just kind of bounced ideas off of that. So that's always the best, I feel like, doing shit like that. I love stuff like that.
Yeah. It's incredible, like seeing like some of these actors and Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, I'm sure, but I bet all of them, all the main people in this are just so good at just slight differences to make the scene funnier or different or whatever, and then everyone else being able to play off it perfectly. So like this is one of the strongest, I'd say, main casts of a lot of comedies. It's such a good cast.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna have trouble putting Matt Damon in here somewhere.
Oh, I got Matt Damon.
Got him locked and loaded.
Matty Damon. I got him locked. I don't even know it's a tough pick, but
All right. Favorite scene?
Least favorite scene.
Least favorite? All right, go.
Let's get it out of the way.
Do you want to go first, birthday boy, or last?
Yeah, I'll go first. You're gonna hate me for this, but I gotta do it. Give me Pow. Give me Pow. I'm just so over it at this point. It was funny the first couple times, but yeah, I'm just anti Rob Riggle. I mean, Rob Riggle, if you're listening, thank you for your service. And if you want to hop on the podcast, please, by all means. But I just had enough of you in this movie. So the Pow scene is my least favorite.
Are you saying Pow?
Pow.
I was gonna say good thing you said that. I was gonna say you Benny hates the troops, but you redeemed yourself.
I did.
I think you're coming around. You were just laughing at Pow.
It's funny in a nutshell.
Pow.
But in the movie, it's just so over the top that I'm like, all right, again, you're not as funny as everybody else.
Riggs.
Robbie, you want to go or you want me to go?
Sure, I'll go. It's just Will Ferrell wiping his ass with the carpet after he has on toilet paper. So
That bathroom was
that's my least
disgusting.
favorite scene. That bathroom was disgusting. His disgusting ass is disgusting. And just the thought of having to wipe your ass with a disgusting, dirty bath towel is enough for me. And that's really it. That's the only scene that is my least favorite, even though it's not my least favorite because it makes me laugh when I'm watching it. So, but I had to pick something.
Sitting on the sink.
It's the germaphobe pick.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Ugh. Take a shower. That's what I thought when he was doing that. I'm like, all right, yeah, it sucks, but just jump in the shower.
Yeah.
That's why he needs to go to therapy to learn how to be a man. He doesn't know that.
What do you say? What do I do if there's inclement weather?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I wear?
Stupid. That had to be improvised. I mean, you can't write stuff like that.
No. Perfect. It's a tough choice. Not a lot of least favorite scenes for me. I think I'm gonna go with the first scene with the kids. Cause like while I get it, it's funny, it's they're getting beat up by children and made to eat dog shit. I don't know, it just annoys me because kids are stupid.
I like it. It's a good pick.
It's still funny. I still like it, but it's my least favorite scene. I mean, that one kid saying essay was pretty funny.
I don't want any problems, Mr. Gardaki.
Yeah. And then the credit scene when they go back and beat the crap out of him. That's very good. Very satisfying.
Yeah.
How many of those kids do you think you could beat up? They were
A
like
lot.
They were like 12.
A lot. Because I'm doing that move that Will Ferrell did where you pick one up and you just
And
swing you swing them at the other kids.
Yeah, I think if you can get them all in the face, you can get a lot of them down.
Even just a swift kick to the chest. He's out of breath.
Yeah, that knocks him out.
Yeah,
that's true.
Knock the wind out of him.
Fair. Any Ani mentions for least favorite scene?
No. It's hard enough to come up with one.
I know. All right, so favorite. Oh, so I gotta go first. All right.
Yeah.
Man, so many good ones. I think. I think I'm gonna go with. Oh, all right, I'll just pick when they're first like blending together. Such a funny like who's the strong one here? You got to call me Dragon. You got to call me Nightwing. I think Nighthawk.
Nighthawk.
And like the whole like dinner scene, and they're just like John C. Reilly. Watch you suck on these balls.
If you want to get down on these hairy balls.
And just eating dinner. He's drinking fucking like blue Gatorade like a child. And eating chicken nuggets with I like it. What? So I'll go with that one. I mean, there's so many. Ani mentions are probably gonna be through the roof. So who's next?
I was trying to find his song lyrics, but I can't find them. This is tough. Man, I'm gonna have to go with the drum set scene. I mean, even though I mean, there's so many, but him just putting his balls on the drum set and freaking out. It's just top notch. Just the both of them going at it. It just makes me laugh every single time. The what do you want? Why are you so sweaty? And then the watching cops line is just so genius. It's such a little throwaway, not throwaway line, but it's just you're sweaty from watching a TV show. It's so fucking awesome and funny. It makes me laugh every single time. And if that's improvised, again, it's just so great that I'm sure it had like 15 takes because everybody was laughing because that's the dumbest thing anybody could ever say, and it's so genius. And then just going up with the prosthetic nuts that looks so real. It's just great. It's just absolutely great that, and then they just go fucking ballistic with each other. It's just a top-notch scene. The both of them are awesome in that scene. And like you said, just like Will Ferrell acting like an absolute man-child is so top-notch and so great at like the way he acts in this movie is so great, and I love it. And it's just a scene that makes me laugh over and over again. I mean, there's so many scenes in this movie, but this is number one for me because I'm a 40-year-old man-child who likes stupid humor like that.
It's hard for me because that probably would have been my pick, just that whole fight, and then them eventually knocking each other out with the golf club and the baseball bat
Yeah.
to end it is just hilarious way to end it. Um,
And then watching Shark Week after and just like high five and be
high
like, I still
five.
hate you.
Yeah, and even I mean, I guess you could say the when they're like finally figure out that they actually like each other. I'll go with that. When
That's a
he's
good
like,
one.
I've been living with you for 2 weeks, and this whole time I thought you were a total doucher, but it turns out you're not a total doucher. Them crossing streams, and then eventually it ends up with them building the bunk beds. And again, my favorite line of "I don't give a fuck," and then just again the little throwaway lines of "Was that a power tool? I said no power tools.
My
It's my
toothbrush.
toothbrush."
I'm done
uh,
anyway.
yeah, so I'll go with that. Them discovering that they're best friends, seeing the Randy Jackson samurai sword. Yeah, so I'll go with that.
It's a good choice. Just say the first thing that comes to your mind without even thinking about it. Favorite dinosaur.
Velociraptor.
Velociraptor. Favorite non-pornographic magazine to masturbate to. Good
Good
housekeeping.
housekeeping.
And I forget how he words it, but he's like a guy you would sleep with.
Yeah.
John Stamos. What?
What?
That might be, I think that might be the most famous like quotable line. Did we just become best friends?
That
Yup.
or so much room for activities.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's true. Or just it's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Yeah.
So Ani Menches. What else we got? I mean, I'll
I mean,
start it
I'll
off.
go with the.
Yeah,
Oh,
go ahead.
oh, you go.
I was just gonna say Catalina fucking wine mixer.
Of course.
Yeah. No, but why were you gonna pick that one?
Oh, I mean, please, you got 80s Joe fucking freaking out. You got, you got Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly reuniting. You got, Dobak's dinosaur story. You got Will Ferrell's fantastic, absolutely fantastic musical rendition. I mean, that's an amazing song as it is, but he did it just as good. Everybody coming together. I mean, please. I mean, when his therapist comes off the boat, and she would like again when he comes out and knocks down the door as a lumberjack, and everybody has their own little kind of dream sequence. It's just amazing. And then like you said, everybody just says it's the fucking Catalina wine mix. I mean, it's just an all-time scene.
Yeah, true. It's so good. I also like in the beginning when they're like still lame and he's talking about his job. Oh, this isn't supposed to be bok choy. Something like that. And then he's talking about I'll get a job at Enterprise because they make you become your own boss or something like
They
that.
give you the tools to be your own boss.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I'm taking baby aspirin now.
Yeah.
My Ani Mensch is the montage of them becoming adults, and then
Yes.
John C. Reilly reading the
Montel Williams.
Montel Williams self-help book, putting it down, and it pans over to the alarm clock, and it's 8:45. The true sign of becoming old is going to bed before 9 p.m.
I mean, I almost went with this for my favorite, but the whole Prestige Worldwide presentation and sequence and boats and hoes and all that stuff, that shit was so funny. Even the lead up to it with the birthday party at Adam Scott, What is he? What driver does he get? Is it a Callaway driver?
Callaway.
Yeah,
Callaway
Callaway.
3-wood.
Say hello to my little friend.
Doesn't he say after he's like Scarface?
Great gift, TJ.
Fuck.
He plays this part so good, Adam Scott, as like the douchey, I make decent money, but like I'm still so lame. It's so good. It's so
Yeah.
good. But yeah, the whole video, boats and hoes, the song, who's driving the boat and the drive home. Fantastic.
It's like, yeah, so are you gonna invest or not? As he just
Investors,
destroys.
possibly you. The pictures they all have, doing the research for you, and they're just like in their room with like a test tube, security,
the syringe,
black leather gloves.
And the lyrics to that song, I mean, I can't find them right now, but they're fucking awesome, hilarious.
Yeah,
To boats and hoes.
fantastic.
How do you in the butt while I'm drinking sangria?
The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. What else? What any other scenes we want to call out?
Well, I can go with Brennan has a mangina. They're losing, and then my man Derek just winning it with the Ice Ice Baby, and it's like, even when she's telling the story, his mom, and he's like, yeah, and he's like, I even got in on it a little bit too.
It's a great song.
It's a great
It's a great song, they said. That made me laugh. I forgot that she was also saying that her son had a mangina as well.
Some of the parents got in. Yeah, so funny. And then it's great that his
And Derek's hair is fantastic.
Oh, fantastic with the pony and everything. When he's got the realtor sign up and my houses are nice, baby. And then he's got the clients, and he's like, yeah, this vestibule is really fresh. And he's like, you don't have to talk like that. He's like, nah, that's how I talk.
So, a lot of space in the front yards for you and your homies to chill.
Oh God.
My man Phil. Who was that? That's the guy from Pulp Fiction. Shout out.
Oh yeah, Phil Lamar, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Any other scenes to call out? Probably a few others, but
What do I got here? Let me see.
you got
the Nazi white supremacy house showing scene. I mean, forget about it. It's the
everyone
best.
recycles.
Hey, Derek, Spreckens eat dick.
I didn't understand the fertilizer scene until just now when I watched it. That was terrible. But yeah, so that was funny. There's so many.
The second fight they have.
I was just gonna bring that up.
What are you doing? Burying you.
I'm alive.
It's funny how the dog from next door always just runs over, is getting involved.
Yeah. Let the dirt wash over you.
Is it all right if I come over and touch your face?
The interviews. I mean, that was a good little montage of stuff. You say Pam?
I think I can help out with this whole Pan situation we're having.
We're here to fuck shit up.
Did you fart?
Ketchup and onions. It's on my tongue.
Tuxedos seem a little fucked up now. I love the first time I saw that movie when you didn't see John C. Reilly at first, and he's just like, "Hello, Miss Lady."
Stupid.
So funny. Right. Should we move on?
Let's move on.
All right. I don't know if we're gonna have many good answers, but we always do it. So how would you make this film better? Anyone have any ideas?
I have one.
Please.
Give me okay, so you got the first post-credit scene, not post-credit, but you got the after ending scene of the fight. But give me a montage, kind of like what Robbie was saying, or what Ryan with the cutting room floor stuff.
Yeah.
Give me like, the credits are rolling, but you got the little box and it's just them improvising all the stuff that didn't make it into the movie. I would have loved to have seen that. That would have made this movie maybe a 9.6 for me.
Yeah. Bloopers are the best too. Like if they had just maybe not even them changing the lines, but just them cracking up every time they would say something, watching cops and just them dying laughing. I would have
Yeah.
loved that. It's a good answer. I don't think I have anything better than that. Robbie, you got anything?
Nothing really. I mean, I think this movie's really perfect as is.
Yeah.
A couple of bloopers would be nice, but
Yeah. Any shorter, it's maybe a little too short, longer, too long. But all the casting's pretty much perfect. Yeah.
Agreed.
So, I mean, I do have one way to make it better, and it's playing America's favorite game, The Return
It's
of
back.
America's. It's back. It's back. I'll investigate whoever I fucking want. It's casting Matt Damon in a role that exists or one that we invent. And why do we do it? Why not?
Because we can.
Because we can. Because it's our show.
We can recast whoever we want.
That's right. I'll investigate whoever I fucking want. You cocksucker.
I'll go first because it's not an add-on. It's a maybe controversial recast because he did such a good job with the role. It's hard to see anybody else, but if anybody could pull it off as well as Adam Scott, it would be Matt Damon as Derek, because he plays that, we've talked about before, he plays that smarmy a-hole so well. I would just like to see what he would have done with it. And maybe when he pulled up his shirt, it was actually his abs instead of having to get the body double in there. So give me
I think
Matt
Damon was the body double.
It's probably true. Give me Matt Damon as Derek so we could have seen Damon a little bit more.
Fair. Robbie,
Matt
you got
Damon.
anything? Or do you want to go last? You got a banger?
No, that's okay. I don't. It's not a banger because I don't want to replace anybody in this movie. But I'll just replace the lead singer of Uptown Girl with Matt Damon. I mean, I do love Horatio Sands, even though I hate him when he's with fucking that piece of shit Jimmy Fallon. Stinks. Jimmy Fallon, you stink. If you listen, you stink. I don't want you on the show. You suck. But if you listen, yeah, please come on. Anyway, yeah, give me Matt Damon as Uptown Girl. I mean, we saw him in Euro Trip. Scotty doesn't know. You already know he's got the voice. Forget about it. I mean, please. If he's the lead singer of Uptown Girl, nobody's giving him shit. That dude who's in every single movie is not giving him anything. He's not taking no shit, even though Horatio Sands really didn't. But I think it would be a lot better if you had Matt Damon as the lead singer of Uptown Girl. You got the looks, you got the voice, you got the body, and he's probably leaving with everybody's wife in that place anyway. So give me Matt Damon as the lead singer of Uptown Girl.
Take your skank wife and get the fuck out of here. Well, since you took my pick, Robbie, good pick.
I can't believe it.
Great minds think alike.
Of course,
I was exactly thinking of Euro Trip, what Scotty doesn't know. I'm gonna go with replacing Denise, the therapist, with Matt Damon. So imagine Matt Damon as the therapist. He learned a lot from Robin Williams from Good Will Hunting. He's the new therapist to help Will Ferrell become an adult, to realize that it's not his fault that he's a man-child. And also, I mean, imagine Will Ferrell busting in Matt Damon's cabin as a lumberjack and then, just getting it on. Would love it.
You mentioned that the Robin Williams thing. But when John C. Reilly sits down with the therapist the first time, and he's like, I'm a janitor at a school.
Is this the plot from Good Will Hunting? No.
No.
And then he
So
keeps
Ben
going.
Affleck. So Ben Affleck's my best friend.
No, you know, it would have been funny too if Matt Damon played that therapist.
I was gonna say that for you after you
Bring it back.
finished.
There it is.
Either way, Matt Damon played both.
You had to do it on the fly.
That's okay. It's fine. Oh man, good choices all around. I don't know. Anything else about Step Brothers that we should discuss?
It's good to be back. Good to be back doing movies.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Looking forward to a vote this Friday. And I don't know, watching whatever's next. So if you have any ideas, please let us know. Send us a message on Instagram, send us an email, ltbwpodcast@gmail.com, comment on the YouTube video, and just, you know, give us some kind of theme of 3 movies. If we haven't seen one of them, or all of them, we're always open to ideas. I don't know. That's all I got. You guys got anything else?
That's it.
No, happy birthday to the cuz. Happy birthday, cuz.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks, y'all.
So join us next week when we revisit season 2, episode 1 of House of the Dragon.
Rewatch.
You'll see me in no cheese if that happens. That's a funeral.
Now join us next week for another film. To find out early, join us on Instagram. Find out there. We love you. Robbie, tell him good night.
Good night, Brennan. I don't know what it is about your face, but I want to deliver one of these right in your sock hole.
This wedding is horse shit.
Is there anything I could do to not get punched? It's just your face.
Down in my plugs.
All right, so I'll see what I can do about that.
Yeah.
When I hear a sound, a rap at the door, my young son Gabriel walks in. My wife says, "No, Gabriel, leave." I said, "No, let the boy watch. Let the boy watch. He needs to learn the way I learned from my father, the way he learned."